everybody, Tattoo for You Richard here, and welcome to the Nerd Life. So today we're going to kind of have go back to old school a little bit. At first it was going to be a tips, tricks, and whoopsies video, but I decided against that because I already did it. Maybe I'll do it again later. But it's going to be the finish not perfect. Going back just to my standard update videos, kind of show you what I'm working on, things like that. What I've got planned and stuff. Not all of it because I have a lot going on and a lot planned and a lot of stuff. So we're gonna go table down in a second, and I was gonna kind of go over and show you what I'm working on at the moment. Not all of it. I'm gonna show you a glimpse of something because it's its own video, and y'all know that the Warlord Titan. It's got its own little separate videos coming up. But anyway, let's go table down. As I choke and die on my own spit. Let's go table down and see what I'm working on, shall we? Alright guys, here we are, table down. So I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. Get my mojo back, my motivation back to paint and all this jazz. I've really kind of had a one mindset lately of just working on the Warlord build and stuff, and then just everything else, just what is going on in my head, and just blah, 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 blah. Pardon all the junk, but I'm trying to get the nerd quarters in order. It is a semi-mess right now. Whoa, don't look at that guy. Anyway, we're here table down. So, my big old theory of finish not perfect, I'm trying to get that back kicking and get my stuff in order. You know, I got some t-shirt orders that I need to do, but I'm waiting on the materials for them to come in. And for whatever reason, they've been really slow and back ordered lately. So I've got to get that in order. So in the meantime, I'm working on hobby stuff. And so what I have here is I want to get back into painting. I haven't painted in a really long time. And no, I didn't paint my nails. My kiddos did. I haven't. So I'm going to paint the Raging Heroes bike that I had. Not Raging Heroes. This is, who is this? This is Grimskull Studios or Exclusive Miniatures, Wargame Exclusives or whatever it is. So I primed the bike. I missed a little spot down there. I've been on a priming spree lately. So now we got the purse. I'm not going to put her on there all the way because I don't want to scratch the paint. You know, the pre-done base and stuff. I really like the way that looks. I wanted to make, so I like that INQ28 stuff, right? I like that how it's like just a small game, skirmishing, all that stuff, but you can kind of make whatever you want. You can have a ragtag band of Inquisitors, you can have a ragtag band of rogue pirates or mutants or whatever you want, dude. You can just kind of make it happen. And using miniatures and making things. This, albeit, is a pre-made, completely done miniature, nothing converted or anything like that, you know. Little Inquisitor lady. But more that I want to do to this is I'm going to make figures. I have bits and stuff that are laying around that I'm going to use. I have a body somewhere that's specifically going to use an Inquisitor. I have the Inquisitor Greyfax that I'm going to tweak and convert into another Inquisitor. So I can make like a little small Inquisitor retinue. And also I'm going to use that guy from this box set as one of them. I just think he'd be a really cool one to have. So, yeah, and you see his boxes out. I'm kind of maybe working on something in there. We're seeing stuff going on. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so yeah, so I want to do that. It's kind of one of the plans I have. It's a small Inquisition force. Even make like a ship for them and stuff like that they get around through the galaxy with and stuff. I actually have that over there on my table. I'll show you later. Because I'm a distributor, or not a distributor, I'm a supplier for... Supplier? I'm a stockist for miniature scenery. So I picked up a bunch of the stuff I'm selling, and one of them I actually picked up for me. There's a ship one they have. I scored it. It's a really cool MDF model that I'll show later on down the line when I go through to try to build it. It's going to be a pain in the butt. So, but anyway, I'm thinking that's going to be their ship or whatever. And just do some stuff, real like cool narrative stuff with it, man. I'm contemplating getting Rift's game going. Not really to play, just for me personally. And having it tie into the Warhammer universe a little bit. I think it could be fun, you know? I don't have a group around me to play with, a group of friends enough that I'm friends enough with to play, so maybe someday that'll change, but I'd really like to play a Warhammer kind of 40k role-playing RP game. That would be fun as heck, you know? Depending on how it's done. But anyway, that's one of the things I'm working on, is that. I will go ahead and show you. So I'm working on the Warlord Titan. I have him 90%. No, I take that back. He is 65% primed. So, you know, I've got a lot of parts primed. So this is that little cannon thing for the wrist. I still have a portion of his torso. I'd say about 2/3 of his torso is done. His legs are completely done. Primed. All this is just primed. His head is primed, and I even started the paint on that. I'll show you that later. We've got all the weapons, all the armor plates, minus this one that I primed right here, just to test the color scheme out. I still have all that stuff to prime and paint too. So I mean, I might even be closer to 50%, because there's a lot of little bits and stuff to prime on that bad boy. But so here's a sample. So this is this purple look. I primed everything in black. Okay, this purple is Game Air's as your Imperial. So it's like an Imperial blue, but that's got that really nice purple tint to it. It's like a really deep bluish purple. Like it's even with the light shining on it. Like if you're looking at it just from a glance, it looks almost black in a room. You know, you get some light shining on it, it kind of gives this purple appearance. So what I was going to do is I was going to highlight a little bit more with a little bit of lightened version of that. So maybe either that or just some darker medium purple, and just give like little highlights on the armor plates. And then I'm going to go back in some of them. I won't do anything. But in like other sides like here, like I may do a... Oh, this is upside down, by the way. Anyway, it goes like that. This is the thigh plate. It covers the thigh and the knee. So I was thinking about doing a mural painting inside of here. And then bringing something up into here too. Because I have a idea for my Legion, Legio Titanicus, you know, they're the Legion and all that stuff. And I don't want to get into depth with it right now because that's going to be its own series with all that other stuff. But I do want to paint murals and things like that in here, but this is going to be the base tone. So that's like the other thing I'm working on is this guy. I really like that purple, dude. Thanks, Freak. From Frost and Fist, dude, he showed me this color. He painted his librarian that color, and it's beast mode. I painted my librarian that color too. But I'll have to show you those some other time. Other thing I'm working on, this Leviathan right here. I got the basing done the other day. I have this mucky, muddy, like industrial-esque style base that I like doing, which is pretty much a just cream colored basing. I do it on all the floor plating, and then I come back with white, and I just streak it throughout there and smear it, and then I'll come back with that stuff that's everybody loves that comes from Games Workshop. It's in a bottle. People always spill it all the time. Oh, what is it? It's a wash. Agrax Earthshade. I come and I just muck up some Agrax Earthshade over there after it's dried to give it even more of a dingy, kind of gross, oily look. Like it's just a mess, okay? And then I want to do like bionic-y, technical, like kind of industrial-esque stuff on their basing. So like this one's like a, maybe like a, some kind of weird generator thing that broke. And just a little transistor box or whatever, you know, more stuff, plugs that came from the piping as it was ripped off and fell. And then of course I pin him on there to make it look like he has. Where's the daggum hole, dude? Come on, get in your hole, buddy. Get in your hole. Whew. Oh, I'm gonna stab myself with. Oh. There we go. Try to put it in the wrong hole. Oh, that's what she said. Anyway, so I started painting this guy. I just primed him, and I painted his head, and then went ahead and put it on there. I'm still struggling a bit with my Hydra Legion. My 11th Legion is the color scheme. You know, I was trying to change up. Like, what if I did that azure blue? Because I did it on my librarian, but that's librarian color, and I'm like, oh, but if I do it on here, it's going to match this Titan now, and I don't want the Titan to match them. And I'm just kind of struggling a little bit here. I like the black armor, but everything seems to do black armor. And in any other color I pick, it's like, oh, let's do green. No, green, Dark Angels and Salamanders. No, let's go add gray. I do gray and everything. But I like the color. So, I mean, dark is what I'm going for. Blackish armor. Going for the Red Skull look, you know, because that's their deal. My Primarch is Johann Smith, the Red Skull, or Johann, and you know, Von Strucker is our chapter master for now, while our Primarch is missing after his death, and they're trying to resurrect him. But yeah, so I also have part of them. They worship a god that doesn't exist. The planet that he landed on, I was wanting to do, like, I love the symbol for the Hydra, the Marvel symbol. So this is like my go-to symbol for these guys, you know. So what I'm thinking about doing on this guy is I'm going to paint it on him, on his chest, like do the curling tentacles, kind of coming up on here and stuff like that. It's going to be a real test. And then down on here, and of course his head is the skull head. But I like this because there's another thing that looks like this, and that's called Cthulhu. And I'm pretending that is the god that he worshipped, Johann, when he came to the planet that he lived on. I have so much story behind them too. The reason why the red, Johann has the appearance of the skull on his face. And it's red, and then all his children, his soldiers, his Marines all have the same red skin, so they look like demons, and that's why the Emperor couldn't claim him as a child, refused him. You know, he found him, wasn't revealed till later because he never took off his mask, what he looked like. And then whenever the Emperor helped him grow and stuff, and then as he found out, that's when the wolves were sent in to claim their prey and wipe them out, along with the Titan Legion and the Night House, my Imperial Krieger Night House. So, yeah. Anyway, more stories for later. I gotta get back into story time too. More fun stuff to get into. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you got any ideas maybe to help me keep with the dark appearance to them, maybe add something to it. Like black and purple is a thing I'm going to go to. Like a lot of the other ones I've already painted have the black armor, but then they have like their hoses and their mechanics and some of their other stuff. Like these, there's not really a lot of hoses on here, are there? Well, like I would paint hosing purple and stuff like that. But of course, I want to start adding just a little pops more color and more detail into things lately. So purple will definitely be added somewhere. But I'm going to add some greens, some blues and stuff. I also thought about that azure, this color, doing a test, like priming my models black, and coming back with a shadowing of this, and then doing like a faint blue highlight just to see how that looks. Almost to mimic the Ultramarines, because a lot of things Johan too, he mimics his brothers because they were the ones that his father loved so much. And it's like, how could his father hate them? And he tries to. At first, he was trying to copy his brothers, so that way he could be seen as a good child in his father's eyes. So yeah, I think that's another route I might go, and I'm actually kind of leaning towards that one too. Because that purple works good on the darkness, and the blue highlight gives it just that tint, and it'll give it the ultra Smurfy look a little bit, but not like super ultra. I don't know. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna run some test pieces and see how that looks. Do some airbrushing with it and see how I can pull it off. Like maybe I have some test Marines around. I might do that and just see how they look. But yeah, so this is another one I'm working on. He's all magnetized up. These are the only arms I have for him right now. But I have the standard magnetization, body and gun. So everything should match up right. I have his under things. So we have the Volkite. Oops. There we go. So we have the Volkite dilly-dallies. Stick out really far. And then we have the Flamer. The Jiggers. There it is. That is all magnetized where it pop. Whoop. Put Flamer and Volkite. Can you do that? That'd be awesome. I have both beastie guns. Yeah, see? So then the Flamers. Now I want to get for this guy, I've got the Siege Drill. I want to get the big old claw for this too. Because I wanted this to be an up-close wrecker. Like he just comes flying in. He's like, raw. Well, pretty sure these things are slow. But he comes in, he's like, smash. So maybe down the line I'll get that. But I still also don't know much of anything about 8th edition. I know Flamers are cool. That's what people keep saying. Yeah, I really don't know what else to go with this besides, wow, I like this guy. Now, next thing I'm working on, I'm actually done with it on to paint. So, let's see if I can get him in there. Here we have the Black Griffin. So what I did is I finally went through and with some plastic bits. What is going on with my camera? Oh, my camera's about to shoot out. There we go. Alright. So I went through some plastic wolf bits and put them on there, and then I did some green stuff, and I've never done this green stuff before like this, so it was a new challenge for me, but it was something I feel like I succeeded with. Adding to the wolf pelts and making them really look like they're on there better. So I've got this one, and then I've got his beard. I don't know if you can see that very well. Just take him off. He's not glued down or anything yet. So I did the one hanging off his chin, then I kind of added it out more, like he filled it out for like a beard, like a wolf beard, because me and my beard, I love my beard. And then I got this one over here, which was the cape, and then an arm and a head. I glued the head down, the arm on, and then the cape on, and I just filled in the cracks to make it feel more like one piece. I also like the flow of that, especially with his pose. The way it looks like he's kind of stepping forward, it kind of gives that cape a little flow backwards. I think it's just a really good look. And then there's two other pieces on here that are the wolf things, since he did, train with his wolf brother. I did one little bit on there, the lower leg. It's got some regular plastic and then some green stuff work, like he just pinned it on there. And then, of course, I did the dangly totem hanging from his crotch. So, and of course, that's just metal pinned in there and then a chain hanging down. And yeah, hopefully when I paint that, I can keep it from getting too crappy and crazy. But yeah, so he's all put together. Now, I wasn't going to put the armor on, but at the same time, I'm going to prime the whole daggum thing black anyway. And then dry brush it. And he is the Black Griffin. So I have two choices that I'm going to do with this guy. I'm either going to go, he's the Black Griffin, that's what he's known as. His armor he wears himself is black. It's kind of a gray space wolf color. Now I could go through and I could paint his carapace and all the armor coverings that same color. I will probably put in the knee pad, I will put the color of the house, the night house. Or actually, I'll probably do that right here. This will have the nice night house colors. So I'll do like the blue, the yellow, and the red, like in here somehow in a pattern or whatever. But then I wanted to do, if I did the body like a cream color, like not ivory, but like a bone color, I was gonna come back and do like a feather pattern, like a really faint watercolor style feather pattern, kind of coming back off from the central, just kind of fanning out off. I don't know. It's kind of a thought. That's kind of where I'm at right now. The big thing is this guy's getting primed to black today, and then that way I'll be able to figure out the next step on him. So anyway, guys, that's kind of all I've got, where I'm at right now, what I've got going on. I have a lot more than that I want to get to. Like, I have some orc stuff that I want to start building. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out a lot of things going on around right now and stuff. We have contemplations of moving. We have businesses we're trying to build up, all while staying sane. So anyway, guys, I love you all, and I thank you for joining me. You have any comments, anything? Of course, leave them a question down below. If you kind of think how that color might look that I was talking about for the 11th Legion, let me know. Like I said, I'll do a test, and then I'll show it to you later on next week, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I love you all. I thank you so very much. Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. I'll see you next time.